On his first day as an intern at the vineyard, he noticed signs of aging at the roots of the vines. If they used these grapes for wine, the taste would suffer, so he immediately stood up and told all the workers to stop. Just leave 2 clusters on each vine. That's not what Master Z said. What's wrong? Yeah. But the workers at the winery acted like he didn't even exist and mocked him, saying they'd been doing it this way for years. What? An intern thinks he knows more than us old hands? Turns out the winery they worked for was the most famous one around. Even foreigners loved drinking their wine. Relying on more than 10 years of winemaking experience, they refused to listen to anyone else's advice. But the man was actually a winemaker who had just returned from overseas with more advanced techniques. Unwilling to back down, he stayed up all night writing a proposal and handed it to the old master. But the master only glanced at it casually and brushed him off. Because even the old master thought he had no real skill, just a little gold plating from studying overseas. With no other choice, the man went to the factory director to complain. I came all the way to the foot of Helan Mountain for one purpose, to make top quality wine. But with things like this, I can't do anything here. Hang in there. We'll figure something out. You're a professional who came back from abroad. We value you a lot. Then give me a vineyard, a fermentation tank, and a cellar. So you want your own experimental area? The man nodded, but the director was only making empty promises. Not only did he fail to keep the promise he made, he also told the man he needed to discuss it with the other leaders first. The man felt completely helpless after hearing that. Because the place was too powerful to fight, he could only swallow his anger. But little did they know, by refusing to value him, they were about to lose a rare winemaking talent. Because their entire conversation had been overheard by the owner of another vineyard. Her winery and this one were bitter rivals, always at each other's throats. They would even fight tooth and nail over a piece of prime land. Because better land grows better tasting grapes, and that naturally affects the flavor of the wine. After going back, the woman told her father everything. More than that, he studied under Dr. Barr. His winemaking skills are above the rest. The wineries around him are all 100-year-old estates. And what about us? We've only been around for 20 years at most. Her idea was that even if their winery's reputation couldn't beat their rivals, they could hire real talent, improve the wine quality, and quickly take over the market. After hearing this, her father also thought it was a good idea, so he agreed without hesitation and told his daughter to bring that man over no matter what. Meanwhile, on the other side, the factory director held a meeting to discuss the man's request. But to his surprise, everyone opposed it. They all believed the man had only studied abroad for a bit, wasn't as impressive as people thought, and might just be all talk with no real skill. For all they knew, he might even ruin the factory. Just like that, nobody took him seriously. The director even deducted 1 month of his salary. He also publicly criticized him, which made the man quit on the spot. Because in this place, he had no way to pursue his ambitions. And the director didn't try to keep him at all. Instead, he told him to get as far away as possible. Little did he know, that decision would destroy his own winery. A few days later, the woman found the man. Turns out, after hearing about the unfair treatment he suffered at the factory, she was furious and didn't want such talent to be buried. So after asking around, she quickly came to his place and offered him an opportunity. A smart bird chooses the right tree to nest in. That factory isn't right for you. You're an outstanding winemaker who came back from France, so you should know wine is all about personality and expression. Look around this place. There are tens of thousands of people here. If everyone chased personality and expression, wouldn't everything fall into chaos? So this place can only make factory wine. It can't make the high-quality wine you want. But once he arrived at her winery, the treatment was completely different. She not only showed him the vineyard, she also personally took him through the workshop. She even arranged the best dorm for him and gave him a car parked in the underground garage. Whenever you need it, you can drive it out. Seeing how much she trusted him, this young man, still new to the world, was deeply moved. And the woman also knew he wasn't greedy for money. So can you name your price now? As long as I can make good wine, nothing else matters. If you won't name a price, that makes me feel a little uneasy. How about this? We're both straightforward people. Whether it's shares or profit sharing, as long as it's reasonable, we can talk. I don't want any of that. I want control over the wine cellar and the fermentation workshop. Give me a reason. I want to make first-class wine. And because the woman trusted him so much, she directly agreed to let him manage the workshop. Over the next few days, he personally led the workers to pick the best grapes. If there was even the slightest flaw, he threw it out. All the workers followed his standards too. As soon as he said something was wrong, they fixed it right away. But then trouble hit this vineyard. Don't just stand there, gather around. Stop picking, stop picking. Help me get to the workshop. What's wrong? What happened? President Su, let everyone go into the workshop. The temperature is up. The temperature is up, so why can't we keep picking? The sugar is too high. The acidity isn't enough. So there's no depth, right? Yes, have you checked that vineyard over there? That's a late ripening Syrah variety. It's not time to pick it yet. The acidity is too high, right? Yes, one side has high sugar and the other has high acidity. If we blend them, regular consumers won't be able to tell. If a winemaker is skilled enough and blends it properly, even a professional sommelier would have a hard time telling. But President Q, no buts. Our grapes are real grapes and our wine is real wine. I'll note it on the label. Just like I said, we never deceive consumers. Am I right? But the woman thought it was no big deal. The man, however, was known for obsessing over details. Even the smallest flaw would keep him up at night. After realizing there was a problem, he immediately came up with a solution. Soon the winery followed his method and produced a bottle of wine. Just from the appearance, the woman and her father couldn't see anything special. It looked no different from ordinary wine. They thought the talent they had hired was about to lose them money. But then her father took just one sip. The next second, his face completely changed.